you what, 6 months in, Steve, and here we are turning back on the campaign promises, and we bombed Iran on behalf of Israel. Yes, it was on behalf of Israel.
Practically, I yelled at Mike Johnson last week on our GOP conference call. A lot of people wanted me to come on the show and say nasty things and you know, all of us to fight. They wanted all of us to fight.
Thank you for not doing that.
Oh, my goodness. No. There's a lot of paid social media influencers. And I found it very interesting that they were the MAGA accounts, but they're all paid, and they all attacked me when I announced I was coming to join you ladies on The View.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think. Something happened to her over the last period of a month or two.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is getting hella ugly because President Trump and Marjorie Taylor Greene are pretty much smacking each other back and forth right now. Obviously, we know who's going to win that battle, the same person who wins every battle, it seems. But this got so ugly. President Trump has decided to revoke his endorsement. He pulled the Uno reverse on her because he is so tired of her basically bad-mouthing him and conservatives.
Tell you what, 6 months in, Steve, and here we are turning back on the campaign promises, and we bombed Iran on behalf of Israel. Yes, it was on behalf of Israel. We're entering a nuclear war, the World War III, because the entire world is going to erupt. And you want to know the people that are cheering it on right now? Their tune is going to drastically change the minute we start seeing flag-draped coffins on the nightly news, on Fox News, that brainwashes all the baby boomers.
My critique is not being focused on America first, but I largely blame that on our Congress because I serve in the House. I also blame that on who's advising him in the White House. You know, keeping him on nonstop tours around the world and nonstop meetings with foreign countries' leaders is not America first. It's just not. I think domestic policy should be the most important issue that the president and the Republican-controlled House and Senate are working on, and that showed up in the election on Tuesday. They were the MAGA accounts, but they're all paid, and they all attacked me when I announced I was coming to join you ladies on The View, and I think that's very weak and pathetic. But when I talk about weak Republican men, I'm pretty much talking oftentimes about the leadership in the House and the Senate, and they're not getting our agenda done.
Where is the Republican who will stand up on issues against Trump? Well, right here. I mean, you've dissented on the Epstein files, ICE, the government shutdown. He's spending too much time overseas and not enough here.
As you can see, this lady's going on The View. She's basically speaking in interview after interview after interview, just all of a sudden out of nowhere. I mean, man, where was all this smoke when he was trying to run for office? I mean, I was following Greene and many others, but it seems like she's everywhere now. I think that she's going to run for president here. Before I get into President Trump's latest response, and Greene actually responded back, I want to show you what he had to say about this.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a big ally of yours, said that she would rather see you focused on nonstop domestic policy meetings here at the White House instead of nonstop foreign policy meetings. What's your response to her saying that, and also saying that grocery prices are up and not down, as you've said?
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think. But I have to view the presidency as a worldwide situation, not locally. I mean, we could have a world that's on fire where wars come to our shores very easily if you had a bad president. But with all of that, I passed a great, big, beautiful bill, which is the biggest tax cuts in the history of our country. So when somebody like Marjorie Taylor Greene, who's now catering to the other side, I don't know what, I guess she's, got some kind of an act going, but I'm surprised at her. But when somebody like Marjorie goes over and starts making statements like that, it shows she doesn't know. But so when somebody makes a statement about he's devoting time to the world, well, the world is the United States, because if the world's in trouble or if the world is ripping us off, the world was ripping us off before I came here. Europe was getting massive tariffs. They were sending us 9-10 million cars a year. We were sending them none. They were not taking our agriculture. We were taking massive amounts of their. It was so unfair. Now we have a deal where $950 billion is coming into the United States because of me and because of tariffs. So, Marjorie Taylor Greene is not anyway. I mean, she is a very different thinking than I have. Something happened to her over the last period of a month or two where she changed, I think, politically. I think that her constituents aren't going to be happy. Already, I have people calling me. They want to challenge her to a race in her district in Georgia. And, you know, that's too bad. She's lost a wonderful conservative reputation. But when she says, don't go overseas, if I didn't go overseas, we might be in a war right now with China.
Now, all of this was before where we are today, within the last 12 or so hours. Now we have the latest here. As of 12 hours ago, I'm withdrawing my support and endorsement of Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene of the great state of Georgia. Over the past few weeks, despite my creating record achievements for our country, a total and complete victory on the shutdown, closed borders, low taxes, no men and women's sports or transgender for everyone, ending DEI, stopping Biden's record-setting inflation, biggest regulation cuts in history, stopping 8 wars, rebuilding our military, being respected by every country around the world, as opposed to being the laughingstock that we were just 12 months ago, having trillions of dollars, record-setting, invested in the USA, and having created the hottest country anywhere in the world from being a dead country just 12 months ago, and so much more. All I see wacky Marjorie do is complain, complain, complain. Absolutely, I just showed you guys. It seemed to all begin when I sent her a poll stating that she should not run for senator or governor. She was at 12% and didn't have a chance unless, of course, she had my endorsement, which she wasn't about to get. She has told many people that she is upset that I don't return her phone calls anymore, but 1,219 congressmen and women, 53 U.S. senators, 24 cabinet members, almost 200 countries, and an otherwise normal life to lead. I can't be taking ranting lunatics calls every day. I understand that wonderful conservative people are thinking about primarying Marjorie in her district of Georgia, that they too are fed up with her and her antics. If the right person runs, they will have my complete and unyielding support. She has gone far left, even doing The View with their low IQ Republican hating anchors. Thank you for your attention on this matter. Let's make America great again. She actually responded back, which, I mean, this is getting ugly as hell. And I'm not going to read her full response, but I'll read the beginning of it. She says, President Trump just attacked me and lied about me. I haven't called him at all, but I did send him these text messages today. Apparently, this is what sent him over the edge, the Epstein files. I mean, admittedly, he probably is getting annoyed with the Epstein files. And she says, basically, I don't worship Trump or serve Trump. I worship God and Jesus Christ, which I respect that, and I agree. That's how things should be. I don't think you should worship Trump and stand by him no matter what, but I haven't seen anything personally that would make me, not stand by President Trump. She puts, it's sent to Donald Trump. Check the flight logs of Epstein's plane. Bill Clinton is there 26 times. Hillary too. For many of us, releasing the files has always been for the women who were victims of Jeffrey Epstein, but also because we believe that Democrat bad guys like Clintons were entangled and involved with him. Epstein was the spider that wove the web of the deep state. Lean into it. So the thing that doesn't make sense is this is already happening. They're already releasing Epstein files. There's been more files released than ever, but they have to go through courts in order to do it. So I don't really know why she's saying this, to be honest with you. She's implying that President Trump is somehow stalling. He hasn't vetoed any bills that Congress has passed related to the Epstein files. As a matter of fact, the Democrats have went out of their way to stop the release of the Epstein files while simultaneously trying to claim that the Republicans are doing that.
Hey everybody, Tim Burchett. Just left the House floor, and I tried to do a UC, unanimous consent, tried to get the Epstein files, get it straight to the floor, just to cut out all this nonsense. And, and the Democrats blocked it, oddly enough. Now here they've had it for 4 years, and they, obviously if there's something there about Trump, they would have released it. And now they're all, let's get it out, let's get it out. Well, I just made a motion to bring it straight to the dadgum floor, and they blocked it. They blocked it. So this is politics. It has nothing to do with what's doing what's right. I mean, it's Washington, D.C. to a T. And again, they ought to be ashamed of themselves, but they're probably not. Thank y'all for sending me here.
But guys, it did not end there because President Trump responded yet again. See if I can find his response here. So he says, lightweight Marjorie Taylor Brown, green grass turns brown when it begins to rot. So now she's been nicknamed Marjorie Taylor Brown. Betrayed the entire Republican Party when she turned left, performed poorly on The Pathetic View, and became the rhino that we all know she always was. Just another fake politician, no different from Ron Paul Jr., which is Thomas Massey, who got caught being a full-fledged Republican in name only. Rhino, make America great again. So President Trump, this guy's an attack dog because Marjorie Taylor Greene posted her update not long ago, and he just posted this. It says 30 minutes ago. So he's definitely on it. And guys, now you kind of already know what I think about this. I think that Marjorie Taylor Greene is running for president or something later, or maybe going to try to run for Georgia governor because Brian Kemp, his term, he's about to hit his term limit, so he won't be able to run again, and somebody's going to have to run. So she's in Georgia. She's probably going to try to run for Georgia governor or president or something. I don't know what the heck she's going to try to do, but I think going on The View really helps anything. Going on The View and bad-mouthing Republicans, which is basically exactly what she did, doesn't really help anything. Like, she mentioned that she didn't want to fight with them and all this stuff. It's like, well, why not?
A lot of people wanted me to come on the show and say nasty things and all of us to fight. They wanted all of us to fight.
Thank you for not doing that.
Oh, my goodness. I shouldn't have to go into a skiff to go find our Republican health insurance plan.
Maybe
Honestly,
there is no plan.
You know what? You want to know something? That, I believe, is the truth. There's a lot of ideas, there's a lot of bills, but there's no consensus.
Yeah.
And I think that's a failure. I do.
I mean, all they do is badmouth you all the time. I'm pretty sure before she went on, they didn't have not a single positive thing to say about her. The only thing that they liked is that, oh yeah, she attacked Republicans. Yes, and she attacked President Trump in a sense. Like when you attack Republicans, especially the direction, the way things are going with him visiting foreign countries and not having a healthcare plan, you're basically attacking President Trump for not having his own or working with the Republicans to develop his own healthcare plan. Marjorie, where's your healthcare plan? If you want to be so critical, we know Obamacare doesn't work. It's fair to point out that something doesn't work, even if you don't have some great alternative to it. You can still easily say that something doesn't work. And if Obamacare requires over $1 trillion, 1.5 trillion in subsidies just for 1 year worth of extension, and it seems to me like it doesn't come close to working. So I say we wipe the whole freaking slate clean and eradicate that whole thing. In my opinion, here's the question: why the hell haven't the Republicans done that? And that's what Marjorie Taylor Greene needs to be asking, not just what the replacement is. We really just need to get rid of this ish entirely and let people purchase their own insurance, and maybe it wouldn't be so damn high. By the way, you get fined if you don't have some sort of health insurance policy. So it's almost like the American people are getting scammed here into paying insurance companies rather than ensuring that they have good health care. How are you ensuring that they have good health care? It's not even free anyway. But one of the things that Greene is missing is that you absolutely have to be going to all these other nations. This is something that Sleepy Joe wasn't willing to do. He just wanted to open up our border and just create a bunch of inflation and didn't care what the hell was going on because he's old. Probably feel like, well, I'll probably be dead any day now, so who cares what happens? But President Trump actually wants the country to succeed, since there was so much damage that occurred during the Biden administration via inflation and open borders. You need to have a lot of money to recover from that. You need to have a lot of resources, and that's what President Trump is getting. He's getting a lot of investment. He's doing a lot of things that are going to be difficult to reverse. So Democrats are going to have to work hella overtime in order to reverse a lot of what President Trump is doing that is earning America revenue and bringing jobs back to our shores. And Marjorie Taylor Greene is missing that. You have to have a lot of these things happen in order for America to succeed. You can't just succeed in a silo. And she was criticizing attacks like against the Iran, and it's like, well, I don't know what you wanted to happen if they have nuclear weapons and Israel is an ally, then why wouldn't we bomb their nuclear facilities? I'm not really following some of her criticisms here, and I really don't agree with them.
And so gaslighting the people and trying to tell them that prices have come down is not helping. It's actually infuriating people, because people know what they're paying at the grocery store. They know what they're paying for their kids' clothes and school supplies. They know what they're paying for their electricity bills. And so that approach does not work. We need compassion and show that we care about the American people, and show that we are in the trenches with them on what they're going through.
She really doesn't seem to have her own plans. She is complaining, like President Trump said. And she's also full of crap because she says prices haven't come down. I live in Georgia. I might even be in her district at this point because I moved. And she's full of crap. In this area, the prices are down for everything. Groceries are down, gas is down, and rent is down.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think she's great, but I don't know what she's talking about. Walmart just came out and said that grocery prices are down over 20% this time last year.
Target is dropping prices ahead of the holidays. The company announcing reduced costs on 3,000 food, beverage, and essential items starting this month.
Walmart just announced that the cost of their standard Thanksgiving meal, this is the greatest. They're greatest, they're wonderful. They come out every year with how much does a Thanksgiving meal cost compared to last year, right? And it always goes up, up, up. It's 40%, 30% more. Is 25% lower than 1 year ago. Isn't that great? That's a big deal, Rima.
So in terms of affordability and prices, I don't know what the hell she's talking about. But these are just my thoughts, guys. Let me know what you guys think. You support, you stand by Greene, you stand by Trump, you still rocking with both? Let me know what you think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black and Non-Believer Rising channel. I'm out.
So a lot of the things I say are against my own party.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened to Marjorie. She's a nice woman, but I don't know what happened. She's lost her way, I think.